The final notes of Jin BTS's encore had barely faded when the cameras cut away, the lights dimmed, and the Ziggo Dome roared with applause. But behind the curtain, away from the sea of cheering army, something entirely different was unfolding, a scene that has left fans around the world shaken and desperate for answers. Multiple Backstage crew members, speaking under anonymity, revealed that Jin, moments after leaving the stage, was seen sitting quietly in a corner of his dressing room with tears streaming down his face. One witness described the moment as silent but heavy, adding, "He didn't say anything at first, he just sat there, his hands clasped together, like he was holding something in." Rumors began to swirl within minutes after a leaked 14-second video hit social media. The grainy clip, apparently taken by someone in the backstage corridor, shows Jin being approached by two staff members, one placing a hand gently on his shoulder, while the other hands him a towel. The hashtag why Jin was crying shot to the top of worldwide trends within an hour, with fans posting messages of love and concern. Theories have flooded ARMY spaces online. Some believe the tears were purely emotional, a release after months of intense touring, especially with the Amsterdam concert marking the grand finale of his #Seokjin tour. Others, however, are less convinced, pointing to subtle signs of exhaustion and possible unspoken pressures behind the scenes. One fan account with over 1 million followers claimed that moments before the show ended, Jin appeared to glance toward the side stage with a look that was more serious than usual. Another pointed out that he skipped a planned short speech during the encore, instead simply thanking fans and walking off without the playful banter he's known for. HYB has not issued any official statement regarding the incident, and Jin himself has remained silent on his social media accounts since the show. The absence of clarification has only fueled speculation, with some fans demanding transparency while others argue that Jin deserves his privacy. Whether it was exhaustion, overwhelming emotion, or something more complicated, one truth is undeniable. The image of Jin, smiling under the stage lights moments before, then wiping away tears behind closed doors, has left a lasting ache in the hearts of millions. And until he speaks, the world will keep wondering what really happened that night. By the next morning, the image of Jin BTS wiping his eyes backstage had moved far beyond the fandom. South Korea's leading entertainment networks opened their broadcasts with the story, playing the leaked 14-second clip on repeat while anchors speculated over the possible reasons behind the emotional moment. Headlines blared across news sites. Jin BTS seen crying after final Amsterdam show. What happened? Fans concerned as Jin leaves stage in tears. Emotional breakdown or industry pressure? Questions surround BTS star. What had been a private moment now became a public storm. On social media, Korean ARMY rushed to defend Jin's privacy, accusing outlets of exploiting his vulnerability for clicks. International fans joined in, tweeting under the hashtag #ProtectJin, urging media to stop dissecting a human moment into a spectacle. But the silence from HYB only added fuel to the fire. Without an official statement, speculation filled the void. Talk shows invited K-pop industry insiders and former staff members to share their thoughts. One ex-concert coordinator claimed that tour schedules like Jin's often push artists to their physical and emotional limits, while another insisted that the tears could have been triggered by last-minute conflicts backstage. Even former BTS collaborators were drawn into the conversation. A backup dancer from the group's earlier tours wrote a cryptic post on Instagram. "Sometimes the hardest part isn't the show, it's what happens when the lights go out." The post quickly went viral, with fans debating whether it was a direct reference to Jin's situation. Meanwhile, Korean tabloid Dispatch fanned the flames by publishing a blurry photo reportedly taken outside Jin's hotel in Amsterdam that night. In it, he appears to be walking alone toward a waiting car, head down, his expression unreadable. The accompanying headline was nothing short of provocative. Jin leaves alone after final show. Where was HYB? Some fans feared this might turn into another round of public pressure on Jin, much like previous K-pop controversies where speculation spiraled into unfair narratives. Others demanded HYB address the growing rumors head-on, warning that prolonged silence could be interpreted as confirmation of behind-the-scenes problems. In the absence of clarity, one thing became certain. The emotional weight of Jin's tears had transcended fandom circles and entered the broader cultural conversation. News programs debated whether the K-pop industry's grueling schedules were to blame. Opinion columns praised Jin for showing vulnerability, while online gossip boards picked apart every detail of the Amsterdam performance for clues. By nightfall, The story was everywhere, from Seoul's primetime television to Paris fashion blogs that had covered Jin's recent Fred jewelry appearance. For many, the image of Jin sitting quietly in that dressing room, tears sliding down his face, had become more than just a mystery. It was now a symbol of the thin, fragile line between the perfection the world demands and the humanity that remains beneath it. 2 days after the Amsterdam finale, as speculation reached a fever pitch, HYB finally released an official statement regarding Jin BTS's backstage tears. But instead of closing the matter, their carefully worded response seemed to ignite even more outrage. The statement, posted in both Korean and English on HYB's official channels, read, "We appreciate the concern expressed by fans worldwide regarding Jin's emotional moment after his final Amsterdam performance. The conclusion of the #Seokjin_EP tour was an overwhelming experience for him, marking the end of a journey that connected him deeply with fans across the globe. Any interpretation beyond this is unfounded speculation. We kindly request that fans and media respect his privacy and refrain from spreading rumors." To HYB, it may have sounded like a responsible, professional answer. But to many fans, it felt dismissive, too polished, too vague, and too quick to label the public's concern as unfounded speculation. Within minutes, hashtags like #HYBSpeakUp and #WeNeedAnswers began trending. ARMY pointed out that the statement avoided addressing several key details. Why did Jin skip his planned encore speech? Why was he seen leaving the venue alone? And why had no members of the BTS management team been spotted with him in the leaked backstage video? Entertainment columnists weighed in. A Seoul-based journalist for K-Pop Insight wrote, "HYB's statement reads more like damage control than genuine concern." If they wanted to put the story to rest, they could have released behind-the-scenes footage showing Jin celebrating with staff after the concert. Instead, they gave us a sterile press release. Others saw the statement as a subtle warning to fans to stop digging. "They're trying to shut down conversation by framing us as rumor spreaders," tweeted one ARMY account with over 2 million followers. "We just want to know if Jin is okay." The controversy took another turn when a former HYB stylist anonymously told a Korean talk show that artists often cry for reasons the public will never be told: stress from the industry, personal struggles, even disagreements with management. While she didn't name Jin directly, viewers immediately connected her comments to the Amsterdam incident. By the end of the day, the story had evolved beyond Jin himself. National newspapers ran editorials questioning whether HYB and other K-pop companies treat emotional vulnerability as a PR inconvenience rather than a human reality. International outlets like The Guardian and Billboard picked up the angle, reframing the Amsterdam tears as part of a bigger discussion on artist well-being in the entertainment industry. Yet, through it all, Jin remained silent. No posts, no interviews, no live streams. Just the memory of that moment backstage, raw, unfiltered, and impossible to forget, hanging over the fandom like a cloud that refused to clear. And now, with HYB's words only adding to the mystery, one question loomed larger than ever. Was this truly just a flood of emotion after a triumphant tour, or the visible crack in a story the company never intended to tell?